maybe it's trending, hashtag trending, that folks are being poached from the state for important county level work. And case in point, if I may say so, is Dexter Kishida with the City and County of Honolulu's Office of Climate Change, Sustainability, and Resilience. Dexter, please take it away. Tell us what's up.
Thanks, Hunter. Yeah, I got a recent move to the city and county. Many of the participants look very familiar from my former life in the state DOE as the farm to school coordinator. But now, as the food security and sustainability program manager, I get to look at, in some ways, a smaller but deeper look into our food system. While at the DOE, looking at farm to school and institutional buying as a really important driver for local ag, now I'm looking a little bigger and supporting things like Council Member Kim Pine, before she left her office, shepherded through a few bills in the city council, everything from farm worker housing, supporting food hubs, land use, growing food in public places, expanding community gardens, being just some of the things that work within the city purview. In the past, I've always felt like, and looking from the outside, that the city viewed ag as a state issue, but really the city and counties can do a lot, and we have a lot of responsibility. We work directly with our communities. We're the ones that provide and manage water, roads, etc. So a lot of the day-to-day stuff, and so food is one of those day-to-day stuff that we all should be doing regularly, right? That's what I would say to kids, that's the, if nothing else, the one thing I know you'll do the rest of your life is eat. You'll definitely need math, you'll need English, you'll need all of that. But the one thing I know you'll do is eat. So be the smartest eater you can be. And so when it comes to pushing policy and looking at policy, I think Rep. Peruso really said it the best. Find the right avenue. That sometimes it's not going to the legislature or the council to ask for a bill to push through, but it's looking at a program that can be created or supports that can be provided to really key leverage points in the community. And so I go back to the institutional purchasing. One of the projects as I came into the city was to work on intergovernmental public-private partnership to create an institutional buying hui. And it's not because of any piece of legislation, but it's because it's a program need, and it's a way that we can support local agriculture. Other ways that we're supporting the counties, or in Honolulu County, is things like when CARES money or grant money comes out, is making use of that. If there are federal dollars that we're leaving at the table, it really should be our job to apply and get it, and then find great programs that we have to distribute it to benefit Hawaii. Why not utilize and leverage all the federal dollars possible? So as much as there's a lot of state work that can be done, there's a lot of also federal legislation and federal advocacy that needs to be had to get federal dollars through Hawaii. And really, I think as someone that started from the private sector and looked at government and said, "Oh my gosh, you're so slow, you can't do anything," and making the realization that government really needs people, it's sometimes the best advocacy is applying for a government position and becoming a government worker and making change from the inside. Rep. Peruso, kind of probably similar story as a teacher and then jumping into the legislature. Sometimes that's the best advocacy that you can do. Not for everybody, I'll be honest, but it might be for you. And so to jump back specifically to the city and county, as we focus on looking at communities and supporting communities, making them resilient, we have the luxury of a council that meets all year long and not just for 5 months. So we have time to have these conversations, and you have time to have conversations with your council member. Make sure you know them. Go to neighborhood board meetings and have those have that really funnel up to your council member. and that's the beauty of working at the county level, is having these tight relationships with people, because really relationships is how Hawaii works. So make relationships and let's figure out the win-win and how we can work together to make this work. For example, David with HIEMA and our Department of Emergency Management, and as I came in, working with communities to become resilient, to be food resilient. We realized very quickly, to answer one of the questions, one of the issues with like a solution of just passing out MREs, I've done that on the Waianae Coast with Waianae Coast Comprehensive Health Center, and the community is not food resilient right now. Majority of, or many of the residents there picked up MREs, and while the intent was to keep it for emergency use, within hours we saw them on the street ripping packages open, eating it now. So really working together to create a resilient community is absolutely essential.
Definitely some cockle work. I mean, I think as you shared, you know, the perspectives that the city has had maybe historically about agriculture being a state effort. You highlighted, you know, that some of the daily labors, water management, road management, are certainly within county purview. The question that just came in was asking about real estate development as an obstacle to food security and sovereignty, specifically as it relates to driving up land value. The policy level, is there an effort to address this? Do you view it as an issue? Is this something on the horizon that you view the county maybe taking up a mantle on?
Definitely. Smart development is going to be essential, I think, for every county. Maybe because I live here, I feel especially for the City and County of Honolulu, but we're just really population dense island. And so how do we keep our green areas green while still allowing my children being able to be a homeowner in the future?
I think definitely, I mean, the tensions between what could be termed the consumptive use of productive land, particularly agricultural zoning, agricultural districting, and the way that gets managed is something I think we've seen. We work to straddle, to navigate across different realms. And our next speaker, and Dexter, thank you so much
Thank you.
for your time. Our next